Welcome to Boundary Park for tonight's National League match between Oldham Athletic and Woking. Full live match commentary to follow, as Woking will be hoping to move on from cruelly being denied a place at Wembley in the FA Trophy at the weekend against an Oldham side that will surely be hoping their season ends with success at Wembley in the end of season playoffs. Oldham are solid in the playoff places but need to keep getting results to get a home draw or even sneak into that top three, while Woking of course still have work to do to maintain their National League status. Nervously looking over their shoulder at some teams behind them that they do have to play in the coming weeks at the business end of this season. Neil Adley's made 4 changes to the side that lost in injury time to Aldershot on Saturday in the FA Trophy semi-final. Out go Dan Moss and Vincent, with Tunji Akinola and Ina Effiong dropping to the bench. So the starting team is Will Yaskalainen in goal, Dion Kelly-Evans comes in at fullback, Tarek Hines the other one, Chinwike Okoli and Timmy Odesina the centre halves, Jamie Andrews, Harry Buteman, who had his suspension for the red card overturned following an appeal, Dale Gorman, Aidan O'Brien, Lewis Walker and Sam Ashford. On the bench for Woking this evening, Ollie Webber, Effiong and Akinola as mentioned, Adam Chickson, Joss Asude, who was cup-tied for the game at the weekend, Jermaine Anderson and Shamar Lawson. For the home side, they've made 4 changes too. Matt Hudson, the goalkeeper, returns in goal. Mark Kitchen at left back with Matt Worthington at right back. Sean Hobson and Charlie Raglan are the centre halves. Josh Lundstrom, Tom Conlon, Jordan Rossiter and Jez Uchebuglam are the midfield, and then a front two of Mike Fondop and Cian Harrott. No James Norwood, who went off injured in Oldham's last game against Southend, and no Jake Caprice either, who made 81 appearances for Woking back in 2015, 16, 17. Oldham currently 4th in the National League and do play a couple of the teams in and around them. They've got York and Forest Green to come in the remaining 5 games of the season, while Woking of course have got big games themselves coming up against Fylde and Maidenhead. The referee tonight is William Davis and the assistants are Wayne Gray and Drew Dutton. The 4th official is Melissa Bergin. The 2 teams just in their huddles having some pre-match discussions. The travelling Woking fans are away to my left right in the corner on the second tier of the Kenyon Paints stand. The Joe Royal stand opposite, situated in the main stand if you're familiar with Oldham. Woking will kick right to left as I look, with white and red shirts, black shorts, black socks. Oldham all in blue, and it's going to be Woking who get us underway. Ball immediately goes out to the right hand side. O'Brien makes a run down the line and almost gets beyond Kitchen. Conlon has to track back, but he's being pegged in the corner by O'Brien. He'll do well to get out of there. They're trapped in their own corner here, Oldham, and Woking almost come out with the ball. Eventually it's cleared. And now Okoli is penalised for a foul on Fondop. Fondop in from the start in place of Norwood. Norwood and Fondop both scored in the reverse fixture that Oldham won 3-1 at the Laithwaite earlier in the season. Fondop wins the header from that free kick, but it's cleared away by Buteman, and now Hobson is forced to play it out for a throw-in. The rugby marking is still very prevalent on the pitch here at Boundary Park. Oldham played here on Sunday. They have painted over them in green, so hopefully not too confusing for the players this evening. As Woking are lining up a long throw here. They're only midway through the Oldham half, but they're going to launch one into the box. It's Andrews with it. A goalie gets across, but goes behind. Referee points for a goal kick. The first touch for Matt Hudson, the Oldham goalkeeper. He's missed the last 11 games for Oldham through injury, but back in the lineup with Tom Donaghy dropping to the bench. The Oldham bench, by the way: Tom Donaghy, Tom Pett, Joe Garner, Will Sutton, Corey Evans, Vimal Johanathan and Joe Pritchard. Hudson's long goal kick falls for Rossiter, who pushes it out wide for Ochegboolam, and the crowd like that flick from Ochegboolam. A low cross in, and it falls for Fond up in the box. Keeper gets down for a save, it's poking around and it's in. And Cian Harrott has poked home the loose ball to give Oldham a dream start here. Ochegboolam's flick got the crowd off their feet, and then Lundstrom played it across the box and Woking couldn't clear it. Jaskalainen got down to make the initial save, but then Harrott was on the spot to poke home the rebound. It's his second goal since arriving from Fleetwood Town for an undisclosed fee last month. What a nightmare start for Neil Ardley's side. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 0. First real attack of the match, that, as Woking behind inside 4 minutes. Gorman plays the ball out to the right hand side. There's a lot of space out there for Kelly Evans. O'Brien drops back to pick up the ball. And now Andrews forced back to Odesina. Buteman looking for options, but can't quite find anything. Has to go back. Certainly Ashford, O'Brien and Walker very much playing as an attacking three, as a forward three, and at the moment Oldham just camped in between them and the Woking midfield. Buteman was surely clattered from behind there. He was, by Worthington, so Woking will have a free kick just inside the Oldham half. There is a game involving one of the teams below Woking tonight. Boston United in action away at Aldershot. As Oldham have got everyone back for this free kick. The defensive line's a yard or two outside the penalty area. Gorman clips the ball in. It's a bit deep, and Hudson in the end clutches it out of the air. Ochegboolam looking busy up front, but Hudson decides not to play the ball early. In fact, he's still got the ball in his hands. The 8-second rule coming in next season. He probably had 4 times that amount there with the ball in the hand, as Fondup holds the ball up well, and the young Kelly Evans is going to have some work to do. No, the ball's just skipped off the surface there, gone behind for a goal kick. And well, Jaskalainen hadn't. This is only the second time really he's touched the ball, made the save before Harrott poked in the rebound. If you're just joining us, Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 0. Nightmare start for Woking. His left-footed goal kick flicked on by Walker. Ashford will do well to keep this in at the byline. He hooks it back towards O'Brien. Hudson spilled it slightly, but managed to get to it before Buteman could. Oh, and then Hudson, well, he's thrown the ball at O'Brien. Referee's going to give the goalkeeper the benefit of the doubt there. As Hudson threw it, O'Brien just ran across him. I don't think O'Brien was intending to block the throw, but the goalkeeper threw it against him. The referee gives a free kick for Oldham right on the edge of their own penalty area, which Hudson will go long. It's won by Coley. Very fast surface, it seems like, down there. The ball skidding off it. Plenty of watering going on when I arrived at the ground earlier. Worthington throws up the line. Fondop heads it on. Hooked away and then helped away by Hines. Now held up by Lewis Walker. He's done really well, Walker. Good strength, finds Beautyman. A nice bit of play there. Finds Andrews, and now Woking coming forward. O'Brien looked offside. The flag does go up eventually. But they showed some nice short passing in the midfield there, Woking, to get themselves out of a bit of a press from Oldham. The referee, in fact, has pulled it back, not for the offside, but for a free kick to Woking for a foul. So Gorman will have a chance to lift something in from into the box here. He's midway between the centre circle and the D on the edge of the box, just out to the left. Every man back again for Oldham for this set piece. How is Gorman's delivery? Curled in right-footed into a good area, and it's bouncing around in the box. It's hooked away. And come back to Gorman, who plays it back in. There's a late run from Ashford, but it bounces through for Hudson, and Hudson bowls it out quickly to Ochigbulam. He plays it around Gorman. There's a little bit of confusion between the two officials there, the referee and the linesman, as to who that throw-in should be awarded to. In the end, they've decided it's an Oldham throw-in. Fondop again wins a header, but Woking clear. Worthington hooks it back forward, and that will give McCauley something to do. It's bouncing a bit awkwardly for him. He heads it back towards Jääskeläinen, and in the end it's bounced wide for a corner. McCauley didn't look comfortable under that high ball, and Jääskeläinen, I think, wanted it headed back to him, and in the end McCauley just headed it wide of the post. Could have been left with egg on his face there. So instead it's Oldham. It's the corner, the first of the evening. They're coming from the left hand side, one arm raised, headed away by Kelly Evans, and Oldham keep it alive in that final third. Conlon finds Ochigbulam, who's popped up on the left hand side now. He feigns past one man, then plays a clever reverse ball into Rossiter, and it's fired goalwards. It's just wide from Hobson. Bit of an awkward one for him. Probably not the man they would want that opportunity to fall to. Stuck his right leg out, got it on the volley, but just couldn't get his foot around it and guide it into the back of the net. But Ochigbulam looks dangerous every time he has the ball for Oldham. Former Rochdale and Matlock Town man. He's just slowly back up to his feet, which has caused a little bit of a stoppage here before Jääskeläinen takes this goal kick. Jääskeläinen goes long. Now here is Ashford. Beautyman gets past Worthington, tough tackle by Hobson. So Woking will line up a long throw-in from the left-hand side. Plenty of men forward. Okoli, one of them. It's towards him. Bounces around in the box. Okoli with a bit of a turn in there, but has his pocket picked by Rossiter. Good covering by Odesina. Plays it back to Jääskeläinen, and he goes long towards Okoli, who's still up there. Hobson with a bit of push in the back, but the referee says it's offside anyway, so Oldham will get a free kick. Now here's Fondop. Plays it inside to Lundstrom, who keeps it away from Odesina. Awkward ball in though from Conlon. He's cleared. He's come back out to Conlon. He uses Raglan at the back. Goes out to Kitchen, the left back. Now Conlon again. Played at Wembley himself, Conlon, for Port Vale in 2022 when they won the League Two playoffs. And Oldham really for the first time in this match are just keeping hold of the ball for a little spell as Hobson clips it up the line looking for Worthington. Hines hooks it away. It stays in though. Chigbulam getting there ahead of Beautyman. Rossiter plays it down the right channel for the goal scorer Harrott. He's strong, gets there ahead of Odesina, and now the ball's played into Ochigbulam on the right side of the right edge of the penalty area. Manages to get a cross in that flashes right across goal. Jääskeläinen wisely decides not to go for it, and it flashes all the way through and out for a throw-in on the far side. So Kelly Evans lining up this throw in then level with the edge of the Woking penalty area, throws up the line. Walker gets back, wins the first header, like handball maybe there from Gorman. Referee plays on. Kelly Evans hooks it clear, gives O'Brien something to chase, but it's headed away by Raglan, but only as far as Beautyman. He's desperate for something on his left. Eventually it arrives through Hines. Good tackle from Worthington. And now Oldham might come on the break. Odesina gets across to get the ball away from Harrott and then manages to track back and poke it away from Fondut. Gorman tries a long ball to Hines, but it's too long. It's going to go out for a throw-in right by the corner flag in this bottom left corner. Just ticking up to 14 minutes gone in the National League here. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 0. Keane Harrott's goal after 3 minutes, separating the two sides. Throwing down the line, some debate as to whether it actually came in. And Worthington's going to be asked to go back. Fourth official just having a word with Neil Ardley there. Not sure what else Neil Ardley could have done there. He just kicked the ball back down the line for the Oldham player to take the throw in. As Andrews wins a flicked header, but it's hammered clear by Worthington. Coley wins the first header, then Conlon nods it down for Fondut. He hooks it over the top, that'll be too far for Harrott. Bounces through for Jääskeläinen. Now some space for Conlon in the centre circle. Plays it left-footed with the outside of his left boot, and Harrott can't keep that in on the far side. Ashford will chase this ball that Hobson's played back to Hudson. Hudson hammers it clear first time. Odesina gets up above Achiboulam, but the loose ball falls for Woking, and it takes a good intervention from Hobson to stop Ashford from getting forward. I think goal aside, Woking will be fairly happy with how they've played so far. But neither side really created any chances other than the goal we've seen, as Andrews is lining up another long throw in now, which means Okoli is invited forward from the back. Fondup with a header to clear it. Referee just lets that go on. There was some appeals from the home fans that Harrop was being held. Kitchen beats Walker in the air. Here is Walker now. He's dropped a bit deep to pick up the ball. He's got some space to drive into. He's heading towards the edge of the box. He shoots. Left-footed. Well wide of Matt Hudson's goal, which just opened up a little bit there for Lewis Walker. Just dropping a bit deeper to receive the ball. Certainly for the front three, he's the one who's got more into the game. Hudson's goal kick then towards Fondup. Coley beaten in the air, and now it'll fall for Harrop. Kelly Evans immediately puts him under a little bit of pressure. Conlon plays it back. Conlon just seems quite keen to steady Oldham at the moment and just get them dictating possession. Clipped up to Fondup. Nice cushioned header towards Harrop. Well read by Hines. And then it's cleared by Andrews for a throw-in. A nice hold-up play by Fondup, who is Oldham's top goal scorer this season with 16. He's been a handful so far. It's a nice cushioned header that for Harrop. As now Walker chases down a ball down the left channel. It's cleared as far as Buteman, who plays it up the line to prevent it going out for a throw-in, giving Ashford something to chase, but it's dealt with well by Hobson. And Odesina keeps the ball away from Fondup. Now it's bouncing around in midfield. Conlon gets up. Roster hooks it forward. Fondup holds it up again, but Odesina's there again. He's being kept very busy, Odesina. And he's done really well there. He headed the ball out. I don't think he needed to header it initially, but he got there on the second attempt and nodded it back to Will Jääskeläinen in the Woking goal. Here's Walker again, just dropping off the front line to pick up the ball. Andrews tries to loft one over for Buteman. Far too heavy. And it's back through to Hudson. Last played against Solihull Moors at the end of February. The Oldham number one. His diagonal ball towards Kitchen is flicked on, and Harrop keeps it alive. The ball's settled in midfield. Nobody wanted it at first, but now Harrop's got it, and he plays it into the feet of Fondup. Odesina just about manages to get it away from the big centre forward. He needed a couple of bites at the cherry, and Fondup fouled Odesina after he'd managed to get the ball away. Fondup definitely proving a handful for the Woking centre halves. Ball clipped long by Jääskeläinen. It's a free header for Walker. Might fall for O'Brien. It's cleared by Kitchen and then hammered away by Conlon. Coley finds Kelly Evans. Walker might have been coming back for an offside position there. Yes, flag goes up. Hudson clips free kick to the right touchline. Worthington was appealing for a throw and the ball hadn't gone out, but Uçak kept it alive. Hines poked it away from Worthington for a throw-in. Worthington throws it in quickly for Rossiter. Now Uçak plays it off a Woking leg for another Oldham throw-in. And I think Worthington this time is going to put one into the box. Fond Comfrey. His first touch is heavy, but it falls for Lundstrom. Crosses blocked by Coley. That wasn't the cleverest of passes from Andrews right across his own penalty area, but they got away with it, Woking there. And Andrews this time plays a much more sensible 1-2 with Hines, just to settle the visitors back into possession. Here's Kelly Evans into Buteman. Now Gorman. Just Woking settling on the ball here, having a bit of possession. Andrews. Now Buteman, who's popped up on the right hand side. He's largely been on the left so far. Plays it into a nice area for Walker, who's doing most of the running up front. Nice reverse pass inside, and O'Brien's in the box, gets 2 bites of the cherry. They're both blocked. It comes out to Gorman. Slices his half volley over the bar. That was probably the nicest bit of play we've seen from Woking. Then worked Walker into the right channel. His pullback found O'Brien, who had 2 shots blocked. Here's Andrews in the midfield. 1-2 with Gorman. A bit of a lunge from Conlon. He got the ball though, and Rossiter won the ball back. The home fans wanted Lundstrom to pass left. He didn't see it, and in the end has a little bit of a wasteful shot from 25 yards. Puts his hand up in apology to Harrott, who'd got into a bit of space on that left-hand side for Oldham. Oldham have won only 2 of their last 11 games. They've had a little bit of a stop-start season. They won 3 in a row before this particular run, but then they'd not won for 5 before that, and it's meant they've fallen off the top 3. Forest Green and York currently occupying 2nd and 3rd. Oldham 9 points behind. But could of course reduce that to 6 with a win here as Walker flicks on towards Ashford. Hudson right out to the edge of his penalty area, had to use his feet to clear. Now Ashford again, lays it off for Buteman, trying to find some space for a shot, as his pocket picked again by Rossiter. Odesina. The home fans almost in unison appealing for handball from behind the goal that Willie Askelainen's positioned in. The referee saw nothing wrong with it. .25 minutes gone then. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 0. Jamie Andrews is now across on the far side, lining up a long throw in for Woking. Coley makes a good run towards the front post, but heads it up in the air more than anything. Didn't really cause Oldham any problems, and they've just watched it behind for a goal kick. These two are in the top 3 for draws in the National League this season. Oldham with 15, Woking with 16. And it has been fairly even so far, albeit Oldham have that all-important goal. Odesina clears. Hobson keeps the ball away from Walker, but again Walker flagged offside. Kitchen comes off the left flank trying to win the header. Okoli heads it away. Now there's a free kick's being given in Oldham's favour. I'm not too sure what for. Gorman is the guilty party, perhaps held on to Conlon there. And so Oldham will have a chance to perhaps float a free kick into the penalty area. Conlon stood over it, just Gorman in the wall. Curled in by Conlon. Hobson sneaking around the back post, gets a head to it. It bounces probably half a yard in front of Will Jääskeläinen's right hand post and falls wide. No Oldham leg could get on the end of it. Half a chance that for the home side. Jääskeläinen's goal kick towards Walker, headed away by Raglan. Conlon keeps it away from O'Brien, but now Kelly Evans is going on a run down the right hand side. Plays a dangerous pass inside to Walker, who plays it a reverse ball to O'Brien. He's just forced slightly backward to retrieve it. Kelly Evans digs across in towards Buterman, headed away by Worthington, and then helped even further away by Rossiter. Odesina tidies up well at the back to keep the ball away from Fonda. Now Gorman releases a Coley. He's got some space to travel into across the halfway line. Plays it back to Gorman. Andrews almost stopping dead in the centre there, a bit frustrated at the lack of options in front of him. Oldham staying organised with every man behind the ball at the moment. Eventually Andrews is forced back to Jääskeläinen. He spreads it out to Okoli. Scruffy inside pass to O'Brien, and again Woking forced back to retain the ball. Hines making a run down the left hand side, but he's played across to Odesina, who's now got some space to travel into. Hines wants it. Odesina's still going. He's now level with the edge of the Oldham penalty area, the centre back. Plays it in. I think he was trying to get a corner, but Oldham have managed to clear it. And it's a throw in just in front of the home dugout. For Hines to take. Buterman plays it round the corner. Hobson clears. Odesina nods it away, but the loose ball falls for Lundstrom. Lovely pass with the outside of his right boot to Ochebuglam, who puts it in first time for What's Fondup. Good covering, defending by Kelly Evans. He got across Fondup and cleared the ball, but Worthington's kept it alive. Good footing though by Andrews. Gets it off Rossiter. Hines pokes it away from Ochebuglam. And then Buterman clears, but Walker eased off it by Hobson. And plenty of time for Raglan at the back. Plays it left to Kitchen. Conlon out to Kitchen. Clips well. Not sure what he's seeing there. He just clipped it down the left hand side. Straight through to the Woking keeper. Gorman plays it down the line looking for Ashford, who's just beyond him, a yard or two, but good chasing by Walker has forced Raglan to clear it out for a throw-in, and that will give Woking a chance to create an attacking situation here. Andrews going over for a long throw-in. Coley beaten to it by Fondup, and then Harrott does well to hold the ball up away from Hines, but it's giving it straight back to Andrews. Wants to get it on his left foot, plays it into O'Brien. Back with Gorman. Gorman crosses in. Buterman trying to get in front of Raglan. Raglan gets the header. Gone up in the air. Buterman brings it out of the air. And will try and clip a ball in and wins a corner. Wokin's first of the evening. Gorman, the Irishman, will go over to take. In it comes, right-footed, out swinging. Fondup heads it away. Now Kelly Evans was nearly robbed by Harrott on halfway, and he would have had a clear 50 yards to go in front of him, Harrott, if he'd have got away with that. Now Kitchen just sees off O'Brien, who's urging his teammates to come forward and help him pin Oldham in this left-hand corner. Kitchen throws up the line, helped on by Fondup. Hines gets onto the loose ball. Odesina plays it all the way back to Jääskeläinen. Left-footed clears towards Buterman, beaten in the air by Hobson, but it falls to Gorman, and there's some space for Kelly Evans on the right-hand side, but Gorman's pass just overhit. Kitchen again throws up the line, and again Woking end up with the loose ball. Odesina leaves it for Hines. Now Coley in the right back position, clips the ball down the line, or just inside for Walker, who holds it up well for Ashford. Now out to Buterman. Buterman measures the ball in. Walker's unmarked, he hits it on the volley. It's a scruffy hit, and it's gone out for a throw in. He had acres of space in the box, Walker there. His eyes lit up with the measured ball from Buterman. Perhaps he should have took a touch to bring it down and make it a bit easy for himself. And he hit the volley, screwed it well wide and in out for a throw-in. I suppose if he'd have took a touch, we'd have criticised him for not going first time, but that was a bit of an opening that's gone to waste. Rossiter just catches Andrews there. Free kick just 10 yards inside the Oldham half. Again, the big men will go forward from the back. Defensive line stationed right on the edge of the penalty area. Gorman right-footed, curling delivery. Walker sneaking in around the back post, takes a flick off a defender. Woking have another corner on the far side. Gorman again will take. He's got the ball in his hand at the moment. He's bounced it 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Puts it down. Buterman hovering around the edge of the penalty area. 2 hands go up in the air from Gorman. Odesina's got free of his man. It's clipped in towards a Coley, who's looked like he was being held by Raglan, but the ball's just dropped harmlessly out for a throw-in. Nice footwork by Lundstrom in the midfield. He then plays it forward for Harrott, but it'll bounce through just far enough to be claimed by Jääskeläinen in the box. He hammers it left-footed towards Walker. Headed out by Raglan, and O'Brien will let it roll out. On his 5th start, O'Brien, after arriving from Shelburne at the start of the year. Jääskeläinen aims for O'Brien again. Kitchen wins the header. He's tall, the Oldham left back. Now Kelly Evans clips it through for Walker, holds it up, tries to play it around the corner for O'Brien. It comes off an Oldham leg, but back to Walker. Now Kelly Evans, he's tackled by Conlon. Throw-in that Andrews again. He's going to go over and attempt a long throw, so up comes a Coley from the back. Fondup comes back as well to help his teammates defend. Andrews towards a Coley again. Fondup wins the header. Comes back to Andrews, who completely slices his first time attempted cross. Fondup similarly slices the clearance though, and it's just bouncing around a little bit in the Oldham half at the moment. Can O'Brien rescue it for Woking on the far side? Conlon's beating him to it and uses Kitchen well, and Kitchen clears up the line, but Kelly Evans heads it back, and then it goes off Lundstrom for a throw-in for Woking on halfway. Just over 5 minutes to go to half-time. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 0. Keane Harrott's goal after just 3 minutes. Odesina keeps his cool under pressure from Harrott, and then will stride forward. Eventually runs into traffic, but he was having his shirt pulled by Harrott. And so Woking will have a free kick. Jääskeläinen's 35 yards out of his goal to take it. Big home game against AFC Fylde on Saturday for Woking. So they look to try and move away from the relegation places. Just 5 games left after this one. Jääskeläinen's long kick is a bit too long. Hobson gets a good shout from Worthington to leave it, and he does. It bounces harmlessly behind for a goal kick. Fondup chests it down from Hudson's goal kick, but it's helped on by O'Brien, and then Raglan clears. Andrews helps it on towards Walker, who beats Raglan in the air but can only find Hobson. Hudson will be put under pressure by Ashford, slices his clearance but gets it far enough away. Now Walker, good strength, keeps it away from Conlon, but Hobson again is there to win the ball back. A poor clearance by Conlon, and Kelly Evans strides forward in some space for Walker. 25 yards out, excellent covering tackle by Rossiter. Walker had a bit of time there, but he maybe took a bit too long to decide what he wanted to do, and then in his frustration he's just tripped Conlon. Played plenty in the Football League for Peterborough as well, did Tom Conlon. Just getting some instructions from Mickey Mellon down there. Well, the clock, maybe someone forgot to reset it after Sunday's rugby match here, because it stopped on 40. So we're in the last 5 minutes of the first half. I know that much, as now Harrott keeps it away from Hines. That's a nice measured pass by Rossiter into Lundstrom, who's bowled over by Gorman, but referee says went down a bit too easily. Hobson gets onto the loose ball, but gives it straight back to Gorman, who finds O'Brien, who momentarily had some space in front of him, couldn't bring the ball in quickly enough, and then Fondup judged to have fouled him. Fondup's somewhat in disbelief, it's fair to say, and the referees decided that Woking have taken that free kick too quickly, which probably helps them, to be honest, because I don't think Ashford was getting onto that long ball forward by Gorman, who's trying to pinch about 15 yards here. Eventually he's being shepherded back. Now a Coley gets beyond Fondup, who sticks to his task. Kelly Evans plays it back to Gorman. Coley flicks it on. Raglan gets above Walker. Ashford flicks it on. Buterman's arriving just a bit too late. Hudson dives onto the loose ball 10 yards out from his goal line. Just not quite able to turn these scraps into chances at the moment, the visitors. Now Walker holds the ball up well ahead of Raglan. He's got O'Brien to his right, plays it back to Kelly Evans. Sold Kelly Evans somewhat short, but he manages to get it up the line, and Raglan, under pressure from Ashford, concedes a corner. And as we close in on half-time, Woking got another chance from a set piece. Once again, Gorman taking plenty of time here. He's still got the ball in his hand. He's put it down now. Two hands up again. Odesina and Okoli trying to get three of their men in the box. It's curled in by Gorman. O'Brien gets to it. Might fall for Buterman. It's cleared. Kelly Evans helps it back forward. Headed out by Worthington. Falls for Andrews. Might hit it. Instead plays it out wide to O'Brien. Now it's back with Gorman. Gorman crosses in. Oh, it's, well, Buterman on the stretch tripped Hudson, as Hudson claimed the ball. Referee saw it for what it was, an accidental clash, and Hudson's able to carry on with the ball in his hand. Oh, that was a high foot by Worthington on Buterman. Worthington puts his hand up in apology. Now Tariq Hines just shown a little bit wide by his teammate there, but it's played down the line by Buterman, looking for Ashford. And there goes the half-time whistle. So Cian Harrott's goal, poking home a loose ball after Will Jaskalainen had saved from Mike Fondup inside just 3 minutes. Has the whole home side in front. It's been a game of few chances. Woking have had their fair share of the ball and of territory without creating anything really meaningful up front. The half-time score here at Boundary Park, Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 0. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes with the second half. Welcome back to Boundary Park for the second half of tonight's National League fixture between Oldham Athletic and Woking. The Latics 1 goal up at half-time. Cian Harrott inside 3 minutes, but Woking showed enough in that first half to suggest that it's certainly not game over, and that they have got a chance of nicking a point. As I mentioned earlier, these two sides are in the top 3 for most draws in the National League this season, along with Hartlepool. Now, the good news for Woking is that Boston are losing 1-0 at Aldershot. Good news in terms of league position, at least. And so they could edge further away from the bottom 4 if they are able to get at least a point here. As mentioned earlier, filed on Saturday, trip to Maidenhead. That's 2 of the teams in the bottom 4. Also got Aldershot at home, Eastleigh at home and Sutton away between now and the end of the season. It's Oldham who gets us back underway. Then Conlon plays it all the way back to Hudson. He goes long towards Fondup. Kelly Evans. Oh, he's missed his touch there, but eventually it comes back to Kelly Evans. That's made his professional debut against Oldham, did Kelly Evans, back in 2016 when he was at Coventry City. In the team tonight in place of Dan Moss, as Hudson again goes long, again aiming for Uchabuglum this time, who's switched flanks. Kitchen, his clearance is charged down by O'Brien, and now Ashford finds Walker. Walker is dispossessed by Rossiter, who's been very busy for Oldham. Now Lundstrom striding forward, tried to play it outright for Fondup. It nearly broke for Harrott through the middle, but now Woking come forward with some space for Hines down the left hand side. He's got Buteman in front of him. He slides it over to Buteman. Raglan brought across, there's a man free at the back post, it's Walker, it comes through to Walker, hits it left footed, blocked by Conlon, and Hobson clears. Woking opened Oldham up a bit there. Just 1 win in 8 for Woking at the moment. Gorman misses his touch and then has a bit of a tug on Lundstrom, who stayed on his feet, and finds Conlon. Now into Uchabuglum. Uchabuglum gets away from a collie. Nice footwork from Uchabuglum. Plays it out right to Fondup. Fondup stands up Hines onto his left foot. Shoots over the bar, a yard or 2. But an open start to this second half. 2 minutes gone. Pleasant evening in Oldham. It's been nice blue skies all day. Nice bit of spring Tuesday night football. Brought to you by BBC Surrey's online coverage, as Kitchen plays the ball forward, but it'll bounce harmlessly through to Jaskalainen, who's all in green this evening. Odesina almost ran into trouble, but digs out a pass to Hines. Walker drops deep for the ball, and O'Brien had gone the other way. Ashford rescues it though, and now Gorman might find Kelly Evans. That's a great pass from Gorman, right where Kelly Evans wanted it, but Kelly Evans' cross doesn't match the passing quality, and it's cleared at the back post by Worthington. Still on the front foot though here, Woking. Hines plays it out to Walker, who's peeled out to the left hand side, crosses in right footed, free header for Kelly Evans, it's 1-1, and Dion Kelly Evans sneaks in and stoops low to head home. And just as we saw in the first half, there's been an early goal in the second half, and it's for Woking this time. It's Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 1. Third goal of the season for Dion Kelly Evans. He was playing in National League North for Banbury United last season. He's been a regular for Woking this. I bet he's not scored many headers in his career, but he stooped down there to get on the end of that delivery from Walker. And with 4 minutes gone of the second half, we're all square. Conlon plays the kick-off back to Hudson. He goes long. Fondup wins the header. I'd have seen it. Clears away, and Ashford tries to hold things up, but Kitchen recovers beneath and then plays it back to Hudson. That's a nice pass to pick out Worthington on the far side. He plays it to Lundstrom, flicks it around the corner to Fondup. Fondup tees it up for Conlon, who shoots. He hits it really well. I think it's actually being blocked by his own man there, Conlon. It hit Fondup in front of him. He'd kept it down the shot, probably would have troubled the Askelainen had it not been halted by his own player. Well, a win for Woking tonight would lift them up to 17th in the table, above Solihull Moors and Wealdstone, and it would be a huge boost for Neil Ardley's side ahead of that crunch match with AFC Fylde at the weekend. Fylde themselves have to win that game, you feel, if they're going to have any chance of getting out of the relegation zone. Still plenty of time to go in this match. There's an offside flag up here against Fondup. The last 3 meetings between these two have been won by the away side, if you're looking for omens, if you're a Woking fan. Both games finished 1-0 last season to the away side, and then Oldham's win at the Laithwaite earlier this campaign. And certainly in the balance this match, as Odesina clears the ball away from Lundstrom. Conlon brings it down, put under pressure by Andrews, and the ball is played back to Hudson. Now Hobson plays it into Conlon. Good pressing though in the attacking third by Woking, and they've won the ball back, and in fact they've won a free kick of Woking. Conlon adjudged to have fouled Andrews, and Coley's ushered forward by Aidan O'Brien. Gorman had a few free kicks from a similar position to this in the first half that never really came to anything. He'll try and deliver right-footed. It's on the left-hand side, so he'll be able to get a curling ball in. Every man back for Oldham. Gorman curls it in towards Ashford. Hudson's out well, catches on the foot. Home fans urging Hudson to get on with it quickly to find a Chigbula. He's quick, and Kelly Evans gets back and takes no chances, hooks it out for a throw-in. The home fans almost begged Hudson to get on with it there. Here's Kitchen. O'Brien tracks back, Kitchen still going. Kelly Evans gets between man and ball. Kitchen can't resist having a little bit of a push on him, and it buys the fullback a cheap free kick. Now Jaskalainen lows long towards Ashford. Raglan wins the header. Kelly Evans jumps practically over Uchugbulum there to win the header, and then Andrews flicks around the corner. Hudson's have to come out of his box to beat Ashford to the ball. He heads it well, did well in the end, the goalkeeper. Now Andrews tries to find Gorman. Eventually it falls to Conlon, who's out-muscled by Butimer, and Woking striding forward now. Hines has made a run inside. Butimer, plenty of time to measure across, doesn't get hold of it, and it's blocked by Rossiter And now Oldham will come on the attack. Odesina snuffs out the ball over. He'll be disappointed, Beautyman, with that, because he had lots of space to measure across, just didn't get hold of it. And Rossiter, he's on loan from Shrewsbury Town, former Rangers and Liverpool man, made a comfortable block. Handball given against Lundstrom in the midfield. Ten minutes gone then in the second half. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 1. Dion Kelly-Evans with the equaliser for Woking 3 minutes into the second half. Andrews clips it in. It's headed away. Hines nods it back forward, and Kelly-Evans hits one from 25 yards. It's blocked by Lundstrom. Woking keep things alive here with Andrews. Gets to the byline, plays his cross off a defender, and it goes behind for a corner. The older man, I think, has just caught the ball to the face there. He stayed down. I think it's Hobson. Referee's on him to check if he's okay. Oldham have got the long trip to Yeovil on Saturday in their next league fixture. Hobson slowly getting to his feet. Gorman. First time they've had an in-swinging corner opportunity. Woking here. Gorman. The crowd in the goalkeeper here, Woking. The goalmouth is full of bodies. All but 6 outfield players, all in the goalmouth, and the referee, as soon as the corner comes in, blows his whistle for a foul. Certainly got some set-piece routines up the sleeve, Woking. They've not quite managed to make any work just yet. Hudson has the ball on the penalty spot, basically, for this free kick. And the foul occurred somewhat deeper than that. Fonda wins a header above a Coley. Hines beats Harrott to it, and then Lundstrom is crowded out by Beautyman and Andrews. Andrews plays a lovely ball down the line for Walker. The goalkeeper's in no man's land, and Walker lofts it over him, and it's in, and Woking take the lead. Andrews played it up the left-hand side for Walker. Hudson was in no man's land towards the edge of his penalty area, and Walker has lofted the ball over him and into the back of the net. And Woking have scored 2 in the first 13 minutes of this second half. It's Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2. A goal and an assist then for Lewis Walker. His 9th goal of the season. And all of a sudden, Woking have got something big to protect here. Just that win against Braintree back in March is all they've got to show for their last couple of months of action. But this would be a significant victory if they can hold on. And Oldham are responding with a treble change here. Joe Garner, Tom Pett and Vimal Johannathan are getting ready to come on. Off comes Cian Harrott, who scored the first goal for Oldham. 36 now, Joe Garner. Are they making all the changes now? Yes, Johannes is coming on for Conlon. Johannes is a Wales under-19 international. He's on loan from Barnsley. And then completing the trio of subs is Pett, another central midfield player. He's going to replace Rossiter. So, treble change from Oldham in response to Woking taking the lead. And with an hour gone, Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2. And Oldham have got work to do here. Hudson goes long towards Boolham. So it looks like Johannes and Pett's sort of at the base of the midfield. Johannes is alongside Lundstrom in front of him, and Garner's gone wide on the right. Boolham on the left, and Fondop through the middle. Kitchen throws down the line, headed clear by O'Brien. Pett plays it forward, a colleague with a header. Johannes keeps it on. It's a bit head tennis in there. Garner is knocked down by a call. The referee was happy there wasn't a foul, and Oldham have got a throw in on their left hand side. Kitchen throws it into Boolham. Plays it, does well to play it back to Kitchen. Now Johannes. Right foot ball, scruffy, it's completely missed by a Coley, who then gets there on the second attempt, but it was a real air shot that nearly got Woking in trouble initially from the centre half. And now Andrews, if he can get to that ball, he almost did. Buteman was in space outside him as Odesina tidies things up. Hines plays it forward towards Ashford. Now O'Brien. And Walker, I think he's offside there. The flag stayed down. Walker bears through. Still going Walker. Onto his right foot. Doesn't get the power on it. And it's blocked and settles comfortably for Hudson. I thought Walker was offside there. But the flag stayed down. And in the end, it was a wasted opportunity for Woking. Walker, the scorer of the second goal, could have made it 3-1. Here's Boolham now for Oldham. Plays it back to Kitchen. You'd sense that Oldham are going to have a lot more of the ball in this final half an hour, now that Woking have got a lead to protect. Boolham coming deep. Plays it back to Pett, but Woking be happy to force Oldham back here. Johannethan's popped up now on the right hand side. Plays it across to Raglan. Now Kitchen. Stumbles. O'Brien nearly got in, but happy to just maintain his position. No sign of any changes yet for Woking as Lundstrom plays it back to Johannethan, who's covering a lot of grass since coming off the bench. That's a terrible pass by him. He's passed it back about 40 yards unintentionally. And the home fans getting a little bit frustrated here. Johannethan with a tackle to win the ball back off Walker. Has to lunge in for a second tackle to keep it away from Ashford. Now Worthington on the right hand side keeps it in, but only for Buteman. A flag goes up, and that's probably saved Worthington a little bit there, because looked like he'd kept the ball in, and Buteman was just going to stride away with it. The stoppage has presented Woking with the opportunity now to make their first substitutions of the evening. Effiong and Asude are coming on, and Sam Ashford is making his way off. I think O'Brien is the other man going off too, so the two of the three front men are coming off. The referee actually telling O'Brien's number hadn't even gone up when he was telling O'Brien to make his way off, but they've made their way off now, the Woking pair. And the Sude, who was cup tied at the weekend, he's on, and Effiong, who did start in that FA Trophy semi-final and has gone up front to provide a target man, someone to hold the ball up and help Woking protect this lead that they've got. Walker beats Raglan to the ball. Can he get to the byline, Walker? The referee had a good long look at it. In the end, has given a goal kick, but Walker was a bit unlucky there. Beat Raglan to the bouncing ball, and I thought he'd done enough to win a corner at the byline, but it's gone behind. Hudson's goal kick skims off the head of Beautyman. Hines will need to tidy it up, put under pressure from Worthington. In the end, Hines has blasted it against Worthington and out for throw-in. 65 minutes gone. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2. BBC Surrey Sport here at Boundary Park, live on your Tuesday night. National League football, as it's thrown up the line. It's headed on and helped on by Walker. Asude, who's not had a touch of the ball, will give chase, but it falls through for Hudson. But then Hudson, trying to throw it out, has thrown it, almost give the ball away to Asude. Asude got his head onto it, but just couldn't quite get to the second ball. As now Fondant gets on goal side of Odesina. Will that go down as a back pass? It will. Well, Jääskeläinen decides not to take any chances, hits it right-footed. Uçak now for Oldham on the left-hand side. There's a box of tricks, plays it to Kitchen, curls the ball in, Kitchen towards Fondant. Fondant goes down in between Hines and Odesina. Referee unmoved. Chance still not gone for Oldham. Worthington hammers it against Beautyman, but he'll have more room to measure across here, will he? No. Finds Pett. Out to Johannesson. Stood up by Walker, clipped in left-footed. Fondant chests it down. Garner tries to get to it, but Odesina wins it, and then it's cleared by Asude. Now Kitchen, down line to Uçak. Kelly Evans showing him the outside, lovely pass inside for Lundstrom. Lundstrom shoots, Jääskeläinen saves, Garner's there to put the rebound in, but he's offside. Lundstrom's shot was saved by Will Jääskeläinen, but he put it on a plate for Garner, who just slid home the rebound, but the flag went up on the far side. And Oldham are going to make another change now. Joe Pritchard is coming on for Matt Worthington. So a let off for Woking there, as it was a nice bit of work from Uçak to pass the ball inside into the box. I think Jääskeläinen ought to really have done better in holding the initial shot, but got away with it. Johannesson, strong header in midfield, then Garner is brought down by Gorman. And Oldham will have a free kick just outside the centre circle. Pett will get on with it quickly, finds Kitchen, now to Uçak. It was a loose pass, and it's gifted Woking a throw-in. Just to maybe want to just settle things down a little bit here. Woking still got 22 minutes to go. Lewis Walker's goal has them in front. They turn things round after trailing 1-0 at half-time. 2-1 up. Garner, ball comes off his back. It's hammered clear by Kelly Evans, who got the equaliser. Pett runs out of room on the left-hand side. It's a throw-in in front of the away dugout. Effiong wins a header. The flag's now gone up. What's the linesman decided? He's decided the initial throw-in hasn't come in from Kelly Evans. It's not the first time we've seen that this evening. Fourth official Melissa Bergin telling Kelly Evans where he can take the throw in from. This time it does enter the field of play, and Pritchard half heads it away. Gorman knocks it back forward. Asude can't get away from Raglan, and it bounces behind for a Oldham goal kick. Hobson keeps the ball away from Buteman. Now Pritchard, the substitute, runs diagonally from the right. Oh, slice clearance from Hines. He's bounced on the edge of the box for Fondop. Lays it out to Uchugbula, who measures a shot. He chipped it, looped it onto the roof of the net. Jaskalainen was scrambling back. He was worried for a moment, but he can breathe a sigh of relief now as the ball landed on the roof of his net. But that was all caused by Hines slicing a clearance. Almost put the visitors in trouble. Would be Wokin's 11th win of the season if they can hold on here. Potentially priceless win for them. Here's Walker, lays it back to Gorman. Gorman plays it forward towards Effiong. They've got 2-on-2 momentarily here, Woking. Effiong holds it up on the edge of the box, but Pritchard does well to get back. Now some space for Uchugbula on this near side. Uses Kitchen as the overlap. Kitchen's block is cross is blocked by Kelly Evans, and it's an Oldham corner. Only 1-2 away from home all season. Woking beat Ebbsfleet really early in the campaign, and then registered a 2-1 win over Dagenham and Redbridge at the start of February. As the corner comes in, it's bounced right across the area. It was a low one from Pett. It's gone all the way through to the back. There's acres of space for Johannesson. Woking haven't tracked him. Puts it in low towards Fondop, blocked by Okoli, and it falls for Effiong, but a poor clearance by Effiong, rescued by Andrews. But Johannesson there had so much space. He'd been completely left by Woking, who were just making a meal of clearing this ball. Here's Hobson, slides it across to Uchugbula, who just overran it slightly. He's being forced wide, but he's got Kelly Evans one-on-one. He backs him into the penalty area, plays it low across, well intercepted by Hines on the stretch. Pokes it away, but you just sense that a bit of pressure is building here from the home side. Hobson, a little bit like a fish out of water, dribbling forward there, but he's offloaded it now to Pett. Plays it into a nice area for Lundstrom. Lundstrom plays it across goal. Jaskalainen at full stretch grabs hold of the ball. Not too dissimilar movement from Lundstrom there to what created the first Oldham goal at the very start of the match. Effiong wins the header. Walker's got goal side of Hobson. He's not got much in support yet, but he holds the ball up. Buteman's in the box. Effiong's there as well. Still got it. Walker on the left side of the penalty area. Pulls it back for Asude. Hits it first time. Got under it. It was a good couple of yards over the crossbar. Boston United have equalised against Aldershot, which would lift them out of the bottom four. Well, as things stand, Woking would have a 6-point cushion between them and the relegation places if they can hold on to win here. Garner, nice dummy, sees it through to Fondop, but it's tidied up by Odesina. Odesina and Okoli really rolled the sleeves up, especially in this second half. Kitchen heads it against the back of Asude for a throw-in. Asude doesn't quite agree with the decision, but play goes on. Now Raglan to Pett. To Kitchen. Oldham have made 4 of their 5 allotted subs so far. Just 2 changes made by Woking. Now Pritchard. They've worked a bit of space from on the right hand side. Clips it in towards Johannesson. Cleared by Odesina. Pett might have been fouled by Walker. Yes. Thought for a moment Walker had got away with it. He just eased Pett off it as he jumped for the header. Pett went down, and now Oldham have the opportunity to get the ball into the box. They're probably 10 yards in from the right of the penalty area, but midway through the Woking half, be a chance for Pett to curl a free kick in. Every single man back for Woking. Referee talking to the gathered bodies on the edge of the box, then blows his whistle. Pett curls it in. Garner goes down, appeals for a penalty. Nothing given. Garner, both his hands in the air, can't believe it. As Woking have got a man down in the box, the man who was having a tussle with Garner, and they're going to signal for some treatment. I think it's Buteman. Can't quite see him at this moment. Yes, it is Buteman as the trainer comes on. Garner now having some words with Coley. He's had a goal disallowed, Garner, already. A few of the Oldham players taking the opportunity to have a word with Mickey Mellon down there. Finally poised here at Boundary Park. 13 and a half minutes to go. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2. Dion Kelly-Evans and Lewis Walker with the goals for Woking to turn around a 1-0 half-time deficit to give them the lead and potentially a priceless 3 points. Buteman still down. Can't quite see. It looks like it's his arm or his shoulder. They're trying to lift his left arm above his head at the moment, and he does look in pain. He's got back to his feet, but he's certainly clutching his left shoulder. Not seen a signal to the bench. Obviously, yeah, they're signalling for him to come off. The home fans getting a little frustrated at how long this is taking. Fonda is asking him to go off over the touchline. He was about 3 yards in from the byline, but he's managed to walk his way to the edge of the box. He's now going to come off to the touchline. Certainly looks in pain, Buteman, but he's still not made his way off the pitch. And it's Jääskeläinen. Well, Buteman's now remembered he's got the captain's armband on and has held it up a little bit more. And Dion Kelly-Evans is going to give it to Dale Gorman. We're back underway. I would imagine there's going to be some stoppage time as a result of that incident. Hobson clips it forward for Lundstrom. Well brought down by Kelly-Evans, who plays it forward. It actually came off the back of Kitchen, which actually helped Asude because he had no chance of getting it otherwise. Asude goes down the right, just Effiong in the box, clips it in towards Effiong, hooked away by Hobson. Nice ball in from Asude, and to be fair, the two substitutes there doing what they can when it was just them two. Hines plays it back to Jääskeläinen. Now Johannesson sneaking down the right hand side. A slide tackle by Odesina brings his run to an end. And we're now going to see the changes for Woking. They've been playing with 10 men for the last 30 seconds or so. Tunji Akinola is coming on, but first Adam Chickson comes on. He's the one coming on for Buteman. The other man coming off is Walker, and the referee is going to make Walker go off on the far side. So he's got a long walk ahead of him, Lewis Walker, but he can be pleased with his evening's work. He's got an assist and a goal to potentially contribute to a valuable 3 points on the road for Woking. We've got 10 minutes to go. 2-1 the lead. Akinola has gone in to help at the back for this throw-in, which comes in for Hobson. Rushed left-footed ball, but Garner, well, thought for a moment he just snuck away from his man, but the ball was just too far in front of him. And bounces behind for a goal kick. Referee having a word with Will Jääskeläinen about maybe hurrying up with the goal kicks. And certainly be a blow to Oldham's hopes of finishing in the top three. A defeat here, in fact, it probably makes it very unlikely they will make the top three, as Hines has found some space on the left hand side. He's made it all the way in and ended up winning a corner. He'd almost made it to the goal mouth, Hines. No one wanted to shut him down. And that'll be a set piece for Gorman to go and take on the far side. Gorman. Well, the longer Woking can keep the ball at this end of the pitch, the better. Coley's up from the back. Akinola in there as well. It's towards Akinola. Cleared. Andrews rescues the loose ball. Plays it back out to Gorman. Crosses first time towards Coley. Headed out by Fondup. Now Johannesson. Well blocked off by Hines, who was covering it right back with the centre-backs forward. Jääskeläinen fizzes it forward to Asude. Did well to chest it down Asude. Then plays it down the line for Hines, who's still over on this right-hand side. He needs to get back to position now. And then Kelly Evans tackles Johannesson tight to the touchline. Here's Johannesson now. Basically 5-4-1 for Woking at the moment as Johannesson measures a ball in, and it's hooked behind by Chickson. His first intervention, or his first action he's had since coming on, and he had to clear that away because Johannesson's ball had gone a long way. And so it's a corner now for Oldham. Peck goes over to take it on the far side. Curls it in right-footed, headed out by Kelly Evans, kept alive by Raglan. Andrews helps it further on its way. Richard Boolam keeps it alive. It's a bit head tennis in there. Lundstrom heads it down and it's hammered away by Gorman. What can Effiong do? Chests it down, but Pritchard sees it out for a throw-in. Kitchen plays the ball back to Raglan. Now across to Johannesson. Sude putting him under pressure. Hobson to Kitchen. To Pritchard on the left touchline. Wants to run diagonally inside. Finds Garner. Nice pass first time to Uchuk Boolam. Now Lundstrom. Crosses right footed into a dangerous area. Good run coming in by Pritchard. It was cleared by a Coley. Lundstrom keeps it alive, and can't quite get enough power in his shot, and it just trickles through to Jääskeläinen. Gorman did enough to just put Lundström off there. Jääskeläinen long, free header for Raglan, but can only head it straight at Gorman. Bounces up for Pett though. Now Johannesson, who's checked by Gorman in the centre circle. Gorman probably came off worse in that collision. I think I just heard that right, 5,664 the crowd here, including did they say 15 from 15 hardy souls have made the trip from Woking. Ball comes in, headed behind by Effiong, and it's a Oldham corner. They're knocking on the door, but so far Woking keeping it shut. Corner comes in towards Garner, headed out, then Asude helps it away. Pritchard, the furthest man back for Oldham, 40 yards from the Woking goal. Chickson clears, Asude holds it up well, but can't keep it away from Pritchard for long. Now Pritchard's going down the right hand side, he rides the challenge of Asude, and then Chickson comes in, and Asude's cleared, and Effiong would almost have been through on goal there, but for the covering run of Raglan. Now Kitchen, left-footed cross towards the back post. Garner gets up for it, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Three and a half minutes to go. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2. There'll be plenty of stoppage time, I would expect, as Gorman just snuffs out a ball, but then ends up fouling Garner. Referee plays an advantage. Johannesson pokes it through for Lundström. Lundström pokes it back for Fondup. Helps it onto Johannesson. Jääskeläinen saves. Can't keep hold of it, but Kelly Evans is there to put it behind for a corner. Referee played a good advantage after Garner was felled. I think he might book Gorman. There's been a collision in the box between Fondup and I think it's Coley who's down, but they're knocking on the door with some corners here, Oldham, as we inch towards the 90. Jermaine Anderson is coming on now for the visitors, and he's coming on for Dale Gorman, who applauds the travelling fans on his way off. Big journey for them on a Tuesday night. In comes the corner, Jääskeläinen out with a strong punch. Pritchard will go to recover the ball. Anderson comes across, lots of space though on the right hand side for this cross to come in. Kelly Evans gets up really well to head, and then Asude helps it away. Now Pett, the fourth official, getting a board ready, I think, for the stoppage time. We've got 90 seconds of the 90 minutes left. Woking holding on to this 2-1 lead at the moment. Kitchen to Uchigbulem. Plays it back to Pett. Effiong shuts him down. Nice pass through by Lundstrom, looking for Uchagbula. It's just too heavy for him. Looked like Woking had the measure of Oldham there, but just 2 quick passes almost undid them. In the final minute of the 90 now. Jääskeläinen's long kick. Now Akinola finds Chickson, who plays it down the line, but the referee says the ball has already crossed the line. Sorry, the assistant referee, that is. So it'll be a Oldham throw-in bang on halfway. Pett travels across the midfield, finds Kitchen, now to Lundstrom. Every man behind the ball for Woking, as you'd expect. We're just ticking over to 90 minutes. The referee, the fourth officials board is going up. There's going to be 7 minutes of added on time here at Boundary Park. 7 minutes for Woking to hold on for a priceless 3 points. Lundstrom pokes it away from Kelly Evans, and Jääskeläinen is out. Manages to run a bit more of the clock down and claiming the ball. Home fans want a foul on Fondop as Okoli heads it back to the goalkeeper. Jääskeläinen goes long. Where else would he go at this stage? Raglan heads it up in the air. Asude's brought it down. He's going to drive to the byline himself. Asude's overran it as he's pulled it back right across the face of goal. Effiong couldn't quite get there. Hines has done really well to keep it alive on the far side, and then he's won a free kick. He had his legs wiped from underneath him, and he's got a free kick right on the touchline for Woking to eat down more of the clock. 7 minutes of added on time we're in now. We've had almost 2 of the 7. And that's all that stands between Woking and only a 3rd away win of the season. Akinola was going forward momentarily there, but then I think they've told him not to. Effiong was stronger than his man, but can't keep the ball in. It's a goal kick for Oldham. Woking perhaps not keeping the ball as long as they would have liked in that situation. Hudson hurries along with the goal kick. Garner gets up with Akinola. Odesina hammers it away. Effiong backs into Hobson. Hobson wins it comfortably. Then he clips the ball forward looking for Fondop, and Akinola helps it to Chickson. Cleared down the line. Hobson wins the header. Pett plays it back down for Hobson, but good pressing from Jermaine Anderson. Now Garner, no, can't reach him. Akinola clears, and Effiong will put Pett under pressure in the corner here. Doesn't need to overcommit Effiong. He wants a corner, I think. Oh, he thought maybe that would have been a corner, Effiong, and now he's got to trot all the way back. 3 minutes of the 7 added on got. Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2. Kitchen plays it to Uchagbula. Now Pett. Across to Hobson. Home fans getting frustrated. Oldham struggling to do anything meaningful with the ball. Woking camped with every man behind it. Pett drives forward. Plays a lovely pass into Lundstrom, who shoots. Oh, and he's not got his foot wrapped round it. Lundstrom's the man. He ghosts into some great positions. A short pass from Pett found him. He didn't have much room for the shot, but he shot high and wide. And is that the chance for Oldham to equalise? We've had 4 of the 7 added on minutes. Jaskalainen takes charge of a situation. Fondop was chasing. Referee's given a free kick because Fondop barged over Kelly Evans. Well, Boston United are 2-1 up at Aldershot now, so almost doubly important that Woking are going to come out on top in this match. Jaskalainen goes long towards Effiong. Flicked away by Pett. Andrews thought he was caught by Pett. Hines helps it away. Just anywhere will do for Woking now. And a good chase by Asude. Well dealt with by Sean Hobson. Now Johannesson. Bit of space from in the centre circle. Garner keeps the ball away from Odesina. That's a good tackle by Anderson, Jermaine Anderson that is. He's come on to do a job and he's doing that so far. Here's Raglan. Chips it wide for Pritchard. Now back to Johannesson. Can they find space for a cross? Oldham. Johannesson fizzes it in left-footed. Kitchen's arriving late. Flicks up right-footed. Back to Beglam. It's cleared by Odesina. Johannesson keeps it alive. Pritchard pokes it back to Garner, who sets it for Fondop on the edge of the box. It's bouncing around in the area. Okoli half clears. Anderson half clears. Now Pett. Garner cuts onto his left foot, shoots, but it's wide. And Woking cling on there. A couple of really tired looking clearances. Gifted Oldham the ball back, and Garner's shot well wide in the end. And was that the chance for Oldham Athletic? We're in the final minute of the 7 added on. Jaskalainen will take his time with this goal kick. Maybe one header to win, get the ball forward, and that will be that from a Woking point of view. It's gone towards Effiong. Falls for Pett. This is it for Oldham. Last chance salute. Here's Kitchen. He's got loads of space on the left-hand side. Asude desperately trying to get across. Kitchen measures the ball up. Fondup's up there. It's gone beyond him. And it's going to bounce harmlessly out, is it? Hines does well, lets it run through. And it's gone out for a throw-in right by the corner flag. We've now had the 7 added minutes. And there goes the final whistle. The boos ring round. But what a win for Woking away from home. Only the 3rd time they've done that in the league this season. They bounced back from the disappointment of Saturday in some style. Cian Harrott had put the hosts in front inside 3 minutes as Oldham led 1-0 at half-time, but Woking equalised 3 minutes into the second half when Dion Kelly-Evans stooped to head home Lewis Walker's cross. And it was Walker who would turn out to be the match winner. 8 minutes later, a ball down the left channel falling for him. Hudson caught in no man's land, the goalkeeper, and Walker lobbed it over him into the back of the net. Oldham had a goal disallowed through Joe Garner for offside. But Woking held on. And the travelling supporters will return home with big smiles on their face ahead of a big game against AFC Fylde on Saturday, which perhaps has a bit less pressure on now thanks to these 3 points. I've been James Gordon. Thanks for listening to this coverage on BBC Surrey Sport. The final score from Boundary Park: Oldham Athletic 1, Woking 2.